Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the miniseries Agatha All Along from Disney+. This will be a spoiler review of the show, so if you have not seen Agatha All Along yet, go check it out, come back, watch this video, and I'll be happy to tell you my thoughts. Without further ado though, let's get into things. On to some of my criticisms. I don't have too many. Like I said, the first episode I think is kind of dull. It doesn't really fit with the tone of the rest of the series. I think episode 5 feels very, very shortened and cut down, like there's supposed to be a lot more there. And then also I wish we got a bit of a stronger resolution for some characters, like some of the members of the Coven who died throughout the series. The Salem 7 were taken out kind of quickly. And every now and then, you know, there's a little bit of cringy dialogue, you know, stuff like that. Nothing that works. Some things that just don't work, like, insanely well. But those are my main criticisms of the show. On to some of the positives. And like I said, this show is something that I was not looking forward to at first. It was my least anticipated MCU project for a while. If you go back and watch my last MCU ranking, I think this show was at, or my last MCU anticipation ranking, I think this show was at the bottom. And yeah, I am very, very happy to say that I was very impressed by this show. It surprised me a lot. I think it worked very, very well as a low-budget, little Halloween-y entry into the MCU series. Like, I think it was made for $40 million or less, which is really, really impressive. And all that money shows up on screen without the show feeling too bloated by CGI or too cheap. And the moments where you kind of can tell, like, oh, this is a set, it honestly works for the vibe of the show, especially on the Witch's Road. That works all for me. The cast is really, really good. Catherine Hahn's having a ton of fun as Agatha. I really like her journey, and I really did like where her character ended up as kind of a ghost advising people, where we can keep her around, but she's not going to mess with things anymore. I liked most of the Coven. I thought they were a lot of fun, especially Patti LuPone. She's fantastic, but everyone was really, really good. Aubrey Plaza as Rio, aka Death, is fantastic casting. She's got such a great energy. And Joe Locke at Billy, well, at first I was a little unsure about this casting. As they expanded on his character, they gave him that whole episode about his backstory, tied in everything with WandaVision, Ralph Bohner, everything. I really ended up liking what they did with this character. I thought Joe Locke's doing a great job. I'm really excited to see what they do with Billy in the future, in his hunt for Tommy. I thought the action was pretty good. I really liked how this feels like a very serialized format, where it's, oh, the characters have a challenge, they have to complete it by the end of the episode, and they get a clue that leads them to the next episode with a little cliffhanger. And that was the format for most episodes, and I genuinely really enjoyed that. I think it worked great, better than a lot of other Marvel shows, or just felt like a extended movie cut up into little bits. And this show, it worked. Like I said, the budget worked. It's got a great original song with Ballad of the Witch's Road. Oh my gosh. And it's just a fun little self-contained Halloween-y story. I like how in the end, basically everything that's been set up is wrapped up. Most of the characters who were introduced in the show, unlike other MCU shows, it's like, oh, they're going to be so important, but we're not going to see them again for 5 years. Most of them, either their stories are completed, or they're kind of in a place where we don't need to see them again for a while, and it works very well, wrapping up their own story while setting up the story of, you know, what's Billy going to be up to in the future. And I was honestly really impressed by this show. It's far from perfect, you know. Sometimes it has issues with its writing or its pacing, stuff like that, but it honestly was a big shocker for me for just a fun, unique MCU entry with a great cast that's just, you know, good comedy, good mystery, and it's just very, very enjoyable, and it carves out a fun little corner of the MCU that I had a good time exploring. So I would give Agatha All Along a 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good, and I was very, very much surprised by it. I hope you guys like this video. I'm not sure what video is going to be coming next from me. Probably my review of The Penguin Season 1. So if you're excited to watch that, well, then I'll see you soon. Bye for now.